welcome back to another video. Now that we've sorted out most of the fundamentals within Web3 Unity and covered all the basics of what we can do on a functional level, we can start looking at advanced methods, advanced ways of protecting our values, especially when it comes to the blockchain and there are rewards and NFTs involved or on-chain assets. A big question that's come up is how do we actually protect our values from cheaters, because cheaters exist in both Web 2, Web 3, hell, even mobile gaming. A solution that I've been using for quite a few years now is anti-cheat. I mean, it's a fairly simple plugin, and the reason I'm recommending it today is because everyone can pick it up and use it. It requires very minimal experience, but what it allows you to do is probably some of the best functionality that I've seen amongst some of these anti-cheat plugins on Unity thus far. So let's get straight into it, right? So Unity's got basic data types, floats, float strings, integers, and all that kind of fun stuff, right? Now, in a similar way, this uses a custom struct to create its own secure, data type, if you want to call it that, which will set a true value and a honeypot value. So for instance, we use protected floats, protected integers, protected strings, protected booleans, and you can even use protected player preferences. So for instance, if you want to set a protected player preference and then read a protected player preference, you can do it the same way, and all you need to do really is just make use of these custom struct names. So let's jump into Unity, right? So I've got my Unity build open here with my demo scene, and I've got my script here, which we'll get to in just a second. Let's actually have a look and see what this looks like in practice when we make use of it. Now, excuse the quality of this, sorry, it's really bad. My ultra wide monitor does not like zooming in, but I hope that it's clear enough. It's super important to know that with most games, values get stored in like the real-time memory or the runtime memory, and that people can actually change it. So if I use Cheat Engine 7 or whatever other data sniffer I want to use, I can effectively search out that binary key and change the value of it and basically change the game. And that's usually how people cheat these mobile games, where they just have unlimited money, characters have insane speeds, maybe not quite to the extent of like wall hacks and all that, because that requires DLL injection. But for the most case, when it comes to at least Web3 games, you want to make sure that people can't change off-chain reward values like integers and floats and stuff like that. So let's have a look and see, right? Let's say I've just finished a game. I'm rewarding my players with 10 tokens every time they finish a level. So in the back end, I set an integer, say for instance, my protected integer 32 there. So just to let you guys know, you can actually change this. There are multiple values. I know this is very small. I'm so sorry. You just use the plugin. You should be able to see all of this. But you can see protected float, integer 16, 32, 64. It goes on and on and on. There are vector positions. There is delta.time, or time.delta. So you can protect time-based cheating as well, and you can protect movement-based cheating as well. So teleportation and all that stuff. At the end of the day, you're basically just converting your data types to secure data types, and then using a detector to check if that value is changed. And if it is changed, what happens? So let's say, for instance, I've just set my integer here to be 10. The real value is now 10, but the fake honeypot value is also 10. So we're hiding the real value and we're exposing the honeypot. Now, people that don't know how to cheat will have it won't impact them because people play the game. There's nothing wrong with that. But for people that actively go out of their way to try and hack your game, this is an excellent way to kind of bait them and then catch them as they're trying to cheat. So let's say, for instance, I'm Jimmy, I'm trying to hack your game. I can see that you give us 10 tokens every time we finish a level. I want 100 because 10 is not enough. So I use Cheat Engine 7 or whatever sniffer there is. I grab that value, I try to change it. That's going to tell me that a cheat's been detected, because the real value is hidden, it's not accessible, and the fake honeypot value is exposed, baiting cheaters into trying to change your value. Now, in the script here, we effectively just tell the text to go to cheat detected. That's pretty harmless, but it's up to you to creatively, ban or punish your players for trying to cheat. No one likes cheaters at the end of the day anyway. So let's go through how this works. Super important, we need the namespaces. The ops anti-cheat detector to detect cheats, the prefs for player preferences, or the field for fields, or data fields. You'll see that fields is used for this generic data types like floats, strings, integers, booleans, and of course player prefs are used for setting player preferences or reading player preferences. Again, making sure people can't change those values. Now, if you actively want to use this plugin and you're setting your variables like this, you've done one of two things correctly. You've secured your data types, but people can still change it without any kind of, I guess, punishment, really, because at the moment there's no logic to determine what happens when a cheat is detected. So to get around this, at our start method, I'll actually remove this because this isn't required. We call this single one-liner. We call this one-liner here for our on cheat detected event. And then we're saying, look, if this detects that a cheat has been detected or a value has been changed, we can actually then go and call our custom function here, or our own custom event, which is the on cheat detected function that I've written down here. So what should happen once this detects a value change in our game? Well, in my case, I'm just printing to say that a cheat has been detected because there's no real harm being done on my demo here. But what you could do is you could lock the public IP address using a Unity web request for a permanent ban, so that when they connect, it will check the IP address, which you may have sent to like a MySQL database, for instance, and then they can't play the game. You can log their wallet via a smart contract. Just note this is less effective because people can very easily create new wallets. It's less easy to get a new public IP address unless you're just consistently moving ISPs or VPNs. And of course, number 3, another option could be to just, on top of the two above, notify yourself. Log an analytical event, send an email to a admin email address, just letting you know, hey, look, we just detected a cheater, he's been banned, this is what he was trying to change. It's fairly straightforward to set that up, and you can effectively build quite a cool anti-cheat system if you use this 2-step verification, secure data type, check if secure data type has changed, model, in order to protect your game. Now, I just want to be super clear that nothing is unhackable. Wherever there's enough incentive, most things will get hacked eventually. But this tool, amongst others, just try to make it as hard as possible for cheaters to get into your game. But I genuinely hope that this has kind of given you guys a bit of a foundation to work off when creating your own anti-cheat system, especially considering it's really as simple as changing your data types and then including this somewhere in a script within your game, so that the checker is actively checking if these values on all your scripts are being changed, and if they are, what are you doing to prevent players from getting away with it? Do you rickroll them? Do you ban them? Do you, I don't know, block their wallet addresses? It's up to you to decide how you want to do that. But as always, I hope this was super helpful. If anything's unclear, feel free to just message me on Discord, comment in the description, or just pop me an email and I'll see how I can help. Thank you for watching, guys.